in 2007, but their single was released on the 23rd of June 2008. I do recognise something out that more song. I'm not going to sing, as I promised you guys, I will never sing on radio again, but you know which part of that song I mean, and I'm sure the John McGill does too. Right, we're back in the studio with Mike, and we are moving on to V again.
Right, we're doing V, and we've also got a number from a listener, haven't we? What's the number?
We have number 7.
Number 7, okay, so let's tie that. So the V is the third letter in the acronym VAVA, V-A-V-A. So we've talked about visualization, we've talked about affirmation, and now we're going to talk about the voice in your head, verbalization. Okay, really important what comes out of your mouth, because that's how you communicate with everybody. That's how you communicate in all your relationships, and in fact, the ability to communicate properly will dictate your success in life and business. Mm-hmm. Say the wrong thing and you can't withdraw it.
Yeah.
So you've got to really witness what you're saying. And the very best thing to do is to say things that empower yourself and empower other people, because you've got one mouth and 2 ears.
Yeah, of course.
It's like you've got cans on now, you've got the headphones on.
I am listening now.
So whatever you say, you're getting back in stereo. So only say what you mean and mean what you say.
Yeah.
And it's like the affirmations, always talk positive, always talk personal. You can't talk about anybody else, you can't influence anybody else, you can't change anybody else.
No.
They are what they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if somebody tries to paint themselves in a certain way, that's the truth.
And the only person you can actually change in life is you.
Correct.
Or your perception of the way you react to what other people say, or the way you put whatever you want to say verbally out, I suppose.
Correct. Yeah, you can only change yourself, you can only control yourself, you can't control other people, and your life is in your response. It's not what happens to you, it's how you respond to it.
I do think that's a lot of people's issues in life, is they try to help so much, they or almost overpower people to try and control them, which in the end causes them so much damage and stress, because they can't control how that other person is going to behave. They can't change the way they behave. They can't change anything about that person. The only thing they can do is actually be there for them. I've seen a lot of recently, I think I spoke to you about it when we first spoke about you coming on the show, a lot of online trolling from, and I've seen ladies cry that I know because they've been bullied so much by online trolls. I mean, there's nothing you can do other than react to them in a certain way, I suppose.
Well, you do tend to react, but the word react is acting, rewinding the way you act, react.
Yeah.
You don't want to react, you want to act.
At the time and now.
Right now, and decide in advance if somebody comes at you with negativity, how are you going to behave? And you can mentally rehearse that. As a hypnotist, that's what I get people to do. So it's your reaction that dictates the outcome of any situation, circumstance or relationship.
Yeah, of course.
The best way to be is, it's a lovely expression, and it's one by Wayne Dyer, to be independent of the good and bad opinion of other people.
Yeah.
So you don't need criticism, you don't want criticism, but you also don't seek praise. Don't be a people pleaser for yourself.
No.
Do it if you want to.
You have to be a bigger supporter, I suppose, don't you, for yourself? And that's
absolutely. You've got to be selfish, which we've been told is the wrong thing, but you've got to be yourself because everybody else is taken. So you can only be the best version of yourself. And if you do that and you're true to yourself and you're coming from love, from the heart, with power, kindness isn't weakness, come with power and be assertive, you can say no, and you can choose not to let things get to you. Here's an affirmation. We talked about VAVA. The second letter of the acronym VAVA is A, affirmation. A great affirmation is, that doesn't get to me, she doesn't get to me, he doesn't get to me, they don't get to me. That thing I've just watched on television or listened to social media or that thing on Facebook doesn't get to me. If you decide that you're not going to let things get to you, you put up almost like invisible armour.
I think the hardest thing is staying in that mindset, though. That's the hardest thing people find.
Everything's mindset.
Yeah.
Everything is mindset.
There's been parts, I know, in my own life and probably in yours, where you've had that mindset, right, that's not going to bother me, and all of a sudden it goes boom again.
Right. You've got to catch yourself quickly.
Yes.
It's called a poison tree, and you've got to cut it off at the roots. When you see it sprouting out the ground like a little seed that's growing into a bud, before it gathers strength and momentum and grows into a mighty oak, you've got to chop it off and nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
Otherwise it grows. And it's hard to stop when it's grown.
And then you go backwards again.
You go
and
backwards.
It's all over again.
Absolutely, you go into darkness.
Yeah.
So you've got to witness it and pay attention to who's triggering you. And it's your reaction to these triggers, which is the only thing you can control. So when somebody's getting at you, you can't stop them other than removing your presence. If people don't appreciate your presence, give them the gift of your absence.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times before.
Don't turn up.
Yeah.
You know, why do you go to the pub that always gives you grief? Why do you go to these meetings or this gymnasium or this
When it's
Zumba
causing
class?
you problems in your life, yeah.
Look at your repeat patterns and look what's creating those behaviours and those moods, and stay away from it. Get around positive people.
Yeah, negativity is hard, and sometimes the only positive person, and obviously, with mum passing and things like that, which my listeners know, there's been days where I found I was better off being on my own than being around people that may not understand, but that was me shutting down. And I think a lot of people go through these stages with grief and loss or whatever kind of trauma, that they just shut themselves away from people because they think that they're always going to be judged, and it's hard. So then they start growing these seeds that it's a difficult one.
You can't always be positive. You can't walk round the streets or live your life like a grinning idiot.
No.
You know, when I say be light and bright and be positive, when my mother died, when I was 33,
Yeah.
you know, and she was only 61, I wasn't smiling and feeling so positive. But you go into what I call stillness, and which is what you say, you take yourself out of the crowd
Yeah.
and give yourself time to heal, and that's quite appropriate.
Yeah.
But if you get stuck in that, that's when you've got a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know how long we've got to talk, but can I sing the song?
If you want to sing a song, Mike, he can actually sing.
Because I'm going to sing this song because there's a lesson to be learned from
You
it.
better not put me to sleep in here, guys. You're taking over my show.
It's an old song. It's row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Now, the lesson from that is row, row, row your boat.
Yes.
Don't row anybody else's boat.
No.
And kick anybody out of your boat that's sinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, gently down the stream. Be kind with yourself.
Yeah.
Gently, kindly. Actually, yeah, big boat. Yeah, that's Spence in the background. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
The studio's going wild now. We're having a party.
Down the stream. Don't go against the flow. Go with the flow.
Yeah.
And then the word that comes up 3 times is merrily, merrily, merrily. It's not angrily, frightened. It's not depressed. It's merrily. Try and keep a light, bright disposition.
I thought that meant you had to be drunk whilst you were doing it.
Well, but you could do that if if that floats your boat. Yeah.
Possibly many people will be this evening.
The last part of it is life is but a dream, and it is a dream. It's a dream of your own creation.
Yes.
And it comes back to the V, which is visualization. What would be your dream? Because you can exceed your dreams. You just got to visualize it, and you just got to be determined that you're never going to give up. You don't fail.
Yeah.
If you don't give up, you only fail when you stop trying. So
You
just
need
never
to
give up.
project your best life, I suppose, don't you? You need, like your vision boards, your mood boards, whatever. You put it all on the wall, and you're going to be that person. You will be that person eventually, because as soon as if you look at that, that's your affirmation for every day that you look at. That's where you're going.
Any image that you can hold in your mind long enough until it comes into your reality is worth holding. But a lot of people.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be a supermodel at my age now, so that's not happening.
Oh,
is
don't
it?
run yourself down. You're stunning, Jolie. You're stunning, and Spencer agrees with me. Let's do the card.
Let's go to number 7.
Let's go. So, what was the number?
7.
Right, number 7. Well, 7, the person who chose number 7, okay, so 7 is the gateway to heaven. So they're on a spiritual journey. But the card that pulls up again has got the number 5 on it, which is change. And it's about getting their hand on the card. So you're going to film this now, that's okay. Good.
I forgot, I literally we were just laughing too much because we're
So
silly.
the number 7 is the gateway to heaven, and the card that's pulled is a physical card. So this person, to achieve everything that they're capable of achieving, and the universe is giving them the opportunity to go through that gate at the moment, to align with the divine, is actually keeping their right hand on their affairs. They need to audit their life. They need to take stock with what they've got, because quite often when you say you want something, if you look round, you've pretty much got it. Quite a lot of people don't realise what they've got. It's about going into appreciation, not judgment. If you're annoyed, fed up or really winding yourself up that everybody's doing better than you. There's also a lot of people who are doing worse than you, and it's getting perspective. If you get that perspective, so this person needs to keep their hand on what they've got and get perspective. It actually comes up on the card with financial and material changes, and it actually started in February for them. Intuitively, I'll tell them. So if they look back at February at what was going on in their life, that was the beginning of the journey. They've got to use their intuition. Your intuition is your inner tutor. It's that voice in your head, and also it's your gut feelings. A lot of people don't pay attention to their animal instincts. They ignore things or miss what I call signs and wonders. And the universe is trying to tell you by the way that you feel. Let me ask you a question, Jolene. What's most important? What you know or how you feel?
I think how I feel.
Every day of the week.
Of course.
Every day of the week. You can know loads of stuff, be super clever, and if you don't feel good about it, that's telling them everything you need to know. So this person needs to tune into the feeling to create the change, and it started in February, as I say. They need to pay attention to where they feel good, where they feel empowered and where they don't, and do more of the empowering things and stay there and take stock of what they've got. Because quite often, maybe you want a bigger car, you want a bigger telly, you want to move house. But what you actually want, it's not the bigger car or the bigger telly, it's the feeling that the bigger telly and the bigger car will give you. You're actually trying to buy into something that you think will make you happy. And nothing external will ever make you happy. I know lots of people, I work with all sorts of people all over the world that are super rich, but they're not blessed with happiness and health, because it's almost killed them trying to achieve it. So this person has got to look after their health, look after the physical body, and check into themselves, because quite often they've actually got the happiness, but they just don't appreciate it. They think it's the grass is greener on the other side. I would tell them to take stock and to realise that they've done really well. And something happening in February, and if you go back into your mind, what happened in February for this person? There was a portal of opportunity that they've not opened. There's the card. The door is closed. They didn't use their intuition. I believe that circumstance is going to come round again, and instead of saying no or ignoring it, pay attention to it, say yes, and they'll go through that door. It's going to happen for them now if they keep their hand on things.
Brilliant. Right, so we're going to